Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, The Crafty Closet. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to use infusible ink transfer sheets. For this project, you're going to need a 100% polyester tote and also a t-shirt. You're going to need some infusible ink. So today we're going to be using the Cricut brand infusible ink sheets and also some butcher paper. Now you do get butcher paper with your infusible ink, but I think it's always good, to have extra, but just in case. And the butcher paper brand is going to also be Cricut. You're going to also need some painter's tape and some heat resistant tape. And if you're using a Cricut heat press, make sure you have a heat resistant mat. Don't know what infusible ink transfer sheets are, but think you want to learn how to use it? Then you know what you got to do. You got to stick around. Okay, crafty, so I'm going to quickly break down to you exactly what infusible ink sheets are. Infusible ink sheets is just what it sounds like. It's ink that's printed on a very, very thin sheet of paper. Y'all hear that? Yes, it's a paper ink sheet. Now, infusible ink, I think, is a great first step into seeing if sublimation is something you think you want to take on and, step up a bit in your crafting. Now, infusible ink transfer sheets are two things. One, what you see is what you get. You get your solid colors, and you have to remember, if you're doing an image, your image is going to be that entire solid color. Whereas, sublimation takes ink dye, and you print it out on a sublimation printer, and then all of your colors on your sheet of paper turn out on your garment. Not the same with infusible ink sheets, y'all. Now, infusible ink sheets are also not cheap. So my number one suggestion to you is to make sure that if you're going to try this, you have a super sharp blade. If your blade in your machine is not sharp, trust me when I say you will be upset with yourself. I don't want y'all saying, oh, she didn't tell me I need a super sharp blade, because this is, again, a thin paper. So you want to make sure that it cuts all the way through to the carrier sheet when you lift it up. Just like when we weed any other type of vinyl or transfer vinyl or just anything with weeding in general, you need a super sharp blade, again, because this is paper. So you want to make sure that it cuts all the way through. And also make sure that you have some butcher paper. Butcher paper is important because when you're putting your garment, when you're laying your infusible ink on your garment, you want to make sure that, because it's an ink, it doesn't seep through to the underside or the back side of your garment. So infusible ink is going to need butcher paper. That's why I got extra. They'll give you 2 sheets of butcher paper, and sometimes you'll get 4 sheets of ink sheets in a box, depending on which one you buy. So with that being said, I think I broke it down. Let's head over to the Cricut. Okay, y'all, so let's get into this infusible ink project. So we're going to be making a really cute grocery list tote and also a t-shirt. Now, this is going to be really simple. We're going to start with going to our shapes, and we need 3 squares. So you're going to add this to your canvas 3 times. Make sure you measure your item. Remember to measure your tote, so you know that it is the correct size for your item. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate this 3 times. And we're duplicating it so that all of our squares are the exact same width and height. Once we got our width and height together, we're going to go ahead and just make sure that we align them, like everything is, aligned and centered. Go up to a line, and then you're going to align left. And that's so that everything lines up. There we go. Once everything is lined up, you're going to go ahead and, move it up a little bit. Just make sure it's nice and centered. I've been doing this a long time, so I actually just can eye it. But you just make sure you measure it. Now we're going to go ahead and duplicate the squares again. We're going to be repeating the same steps like 3 times. So now you're going to go ahead and duplicate the square, but you're going to make it smaller. And now once we have our second square, you're going to place it on the top of your first square. And you just want it to be, you want the outside lines to be thin. After you have that, you're going to go ahead and make sure, again, align your square that you place on top of the first square so that, again, it's nice and centered. And we're going to, again, duplicate it again because you want that second square to be the same size for all of your two previous squares. So now, once we have aligned everything, and it's really, it's looking good, you're going to go ahead and we're going to make sure it's centered. No, we're going to make sure you want to center vertically, which means you want to make sure that that middle square is right smack dead in the center of your first square. So now, all right, everything seems to be aligning correctly. I told you guys I've been doing this a long time. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead and go to your slice, and we're going to slice that first square. And we're only going to be using, see, now this is what we want. We're going to get rid of the slice portion, and we're only going to be using that outline. And you're going to repeat this step for the two next squares. So here we go. Repeating the same step, you're just going to go ahead and slice and then get rid of the slice portion. Now, yep, we got that together. Now, we got the makings of a cute tote coming along, y'all. So now we're going to go ahead and choose our text. And the font I chose for this is going to be a font that it's a Cricut Design Space font, and it's called Jumper. Now, I chose this font simply because when you're using Infusible Ink transfer sheets, using a nice thick font is better than using a thin font, because sometimes if it doesn't pull off of your carrier sheet, you will find yourself being aggravated and wasting the sheets because it's just not pulling off the way it should. So now that's a nice thick font. Now we have our first word, which is milk. The second one we're going to go with is eggs. And then the third one we're going to go with is, well, you know what? Let's fix eggs first. Let's go ahead and center our eggs word. Let's put that next to underneath our milk. So as you can see, they're going right next to each square box. And what we're going to do, you're going to go ahead and unlock it. And then you want to make sure that your lettering is all of the same height. Now we're going to make it all the same height once we finish with all of our words. So now the third word we're going with is wine. Again, this is going to be, you can put it in any order you want. I just chose this order. Now we're pulling it, like I said, everything should be next to your square. And now we're going to go ahead, and since we already unlocked our dimensions for the height, we're going to make sure that all of the height of our letters is the same size. So I went with 2.4, and I'm just going to make sure I change all of my words, the height, to the same 2.4. So it's really simple. You just go up to your height and you change it, and it will, see, pulled it down a little bit. It'll all get it to the same exact height that you want. So we're going to go ahead. This is the last one, and there we go. So now all of our words are the same height, and that's what you want. There we go. Now I'm just going to make sure that everything is centered. Now again, I'm going to go ahead and, make sure everything is aligned right. I'm going to grab the whole thing. So you're going to highlight your whole image. And now I'm just going to bring it in a little smaller. And now we're going to go ahead and get our check mark. So next you're going to go to your, you want your images. And then we're going to go ahead and look for a check mark. Now they have a ton of check marks in Cricut Design Space, in your Design Space for free. I bookmarked this one. Or did I bookmark it? Yeah, I did bookmark it. Oh no, I didn't bookmark it. But look at this. They have a whole ton of different size and check marks. You could choose whatever you want. But I did bookmark it. Yep. So this is the check mark I chose. And now we're going to go ahead and add our check mark to our box. What box y'all going for? Because I know sometimes when I go shopping, I don't want anything but some wine. So we're going to go ahead and add it to our wine box. And this is your, remember, this is your little cute grocery list tote bag. I'm going to change this to brighter color just for illustration purposes. I live in a state where they don't do plastic bags anymore, so having a little carry around recyclable tote will work. And it's great. And it's cute. So now, there we go. This is it. We have everything. And now we're going to go ahead and make sure we attach the entire image so it'll cut as one image. Now you're going to go ahead to your templates. We're going to put it on a tote. And remember, guys, to measure your tote. As you can see, there's the tote bag. I'm just going to move this over a little. If you guys don't know how to slice, I'll throw the video in there in the portion before when we were slicing, so you know exactly how to slice and what the slice feature does. So now we got our tote. This is for a tote that if it measured this size, but remember to measure your tote. Now you guys know I'm visual. I'm just going to try to get the color of my tote. Now I have two totes. I have a white tote and like an off beige tote. I think I'll put it on a white tote. Maybe I'll change my mind at the end of the video. You guys know I'll switch it up. But nonetheless, there we go. That's it. Now you have your cute little recyclable shopping bag tote. Easy, right? Pretty simple. I think that's it for the tote. Next, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do the t-shirt. Again, same process, different item. We're putting it on, all infusible ink. And we are going to go ahead and go to the next project, which is going to be the t-shirt. I'm going to just save this and I'm going to get back with you guys. This video is going to continue. And we're going to go ahead and once I save this, I am going to go to the shirt next. So save it. And now you have to remember infusible ink has to be mirrored just like your heat transfer vinyl and your sublimation. All right, y'all. Here we go. Next thing is going to be yep, the t-shirt. So now I got this image from none other than Design Bundles. Y'all know I like them. And as you can see, I flipped it a little bit. I just changed the script at the bottom. You can go with the one that you first saw, which was Nope, Not Today, because sometimes it's just how you feel. No, I'm not in the mood today. So this was easy. All I had to do was attach the entire image, and now I'm going to go ahead and put it on a t-shirt. So let's go to our templates, and we're going to find our shirt. Now this is going on our white shirt, and here we go. Classic t-shirts is always the way to go, y'all. Now, here we are. Where is my shirt? Okay. Where you at, girl? Where you at? Okay. There you go. So, boom, that's it. I didn't need to change any colors because it was already white. I just took the grid boxes off. Going to go ahead and, center it, bring it out a little more, and there you have it. That's it, y'all. Easy to follow infusible ink transfer sheet projects. So you have to make sure you mirror your infusible ink just like you do sublimation or any other iron-on vinyl. And now once you have it mirrored, remember this is high hot heat activated. So you're gonna have to make sure that you follow the directions on your box that says what heat setting to put. With that being said, I appreciate you for watching. As always, make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, the notification bell, and this is the Crafty Closet. Be well, my friends. And stick around to the end so you can see how it turns out. Let's go.